Hello, good morning, everybody. Hi. It's now April the 18th. It's a Monday, and it's about 8 in the morning right now. I got up extra early because Bitcoin is reaching a massive support channel that has been established for about 720 days now. So it's a crucial time to be looking at the market to see if we can possibly find a long entry or perhaps if it's going to majorly dip and break out of this 720-day type of channel. So right now I've got a really amazing promotion going on. I'm gonna do this once a month only, and I'll tell you guys about it. Right now I'm actually increasing the number to 10 a month only. Haven't really advertised it or talked about it much, and it's a really great promotion. It comes with a lifetime Discord membership with me, which is normally valued at $600 a year. It comes with my second edition textbook, the course version 2.0 textbook. That's going to be mailed out to you. This one right here, I'm going to have it published and edited by May the 15th. Then I'll put you on the watch list and it's going to be mailed out to you right to your house there. It also comes with course version 2.0. So you'll be able to get that, and it's going to be hosted on YouTube, shared privately with your email only setup. So this is a great deal. Normally it goes for $1,950, but I've got a slot for only two left for this month where it's 45% off. Comes with a premium Discord trading group, second edition textbook, and also course version 2.0. So definitely think about that. I look forward to seeing a lot of you join my Discord group, and especially see a lot of you become my students where you have access to me and you can ask me any questions that you want. So let's get into this right now, okay? So Bitcoin, first of all, we need to look at it on a high time frame, okay? On the high time frame, it does not look good, right? It doesn't look good in terms of a huge candle of this sort right now, and especially with RSI breaking to the downside slowly. It's better to look at it on a different chart though, not the Bitcoin, not Bitcoin on Binance, because it's not enough data. So let's say we look at it on Bitfinex, right? We take a look at it on Bitfinex here, and what we see is that the MACD on the monthly is actually devastatingly bad. It's making its way to the downside right now, but remember that this is a lagging indicator. Lagging indicators take a compilation of the past to form an average that you see now, and because it's taking an average, it's going to be a lagging indicator, and the value that you get, it's not an instantaneous real-time indicator such as RSI or price action, for example. So we see that right now, it's a huge, ugly candle. It bearishly engulfed the previous candle. But the one thing that I need to mention is that we did bounce right now for 4 months in a row above this 21 exponential moving average. So for the whole year, January, February, March, April, we have consistently trended above the 21 moving average. On the weekly chart right here, we see it incredibly bearish, moving to the downside. It couldn't break its way to the top. And now for this particular week, this Monday that we're starting, this Monday right now is the first week that we're looking bearish right now. The weekly chart was not staying positively to the upside. Therefore, it's now finding its way to the downside. Because of this, we have to acknowledge the fact that, hey, we're not likely to get that big run we wanted. The bears unfortunately ended up rejecting. Now we're seeing a momentum to the downside. Take a look really far back here. I'm going to go back to the the Binance chart here. And what you're seeing is this channel that's very well established on the weekly. As you would probably agree with me that this is a great way to draw a channel. Something like this, something like that, right? Beautiful channel that we're seeing here. It intersected the points several times. Once, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7th time. Those are some pretty big touches on the channel. And that's basically the definition of a channel. So this channel you were able to draw it for a long time already, since that one formed, and this one formed, and that one, you can draw a channel. So whenever you get 3 points like this, you can assume that there might be a possible touch for another one, right? So you get on the downside. So for example, you would take a channel like just going through like that, and you would just draw it like this, and you would assume that there's a possible hit somewhere along here. So if you take that into if you factor that in, what you're seeing is this hit here several times already. In fact, we're now on the 88th day of this hitting. So the question is, are we going to get a major bounce over here? I'm watching that right now. I think the whole world's watching this right now, because if we don't bounce at this particular region, what we can expect is some major capitulation to the upside. And I think that the only way, whenever we reach a channel support, the only way to find true momentum is just through price action. I don't think that RSI or MACD, it's going to help us too much in these particular cases. So we have to extremely be careful and watch this specific price point to see if there's a possibility of a major bounce. If there is a possibility of a major bounce, then we can see alts really rally as well. If Bitcoin ends up rallying, all these alts are going to be carried with it as well. Okay, so what we're seeing is that, so let's just say, for example, we miss catching the bottom, which it's never advised. This is not financial advice, but it's not advised that you try to catch a dip here and just buy it. In my opinion, it's not really the best way to do it. For example, here, it's better to catch a dip. Let it rally. Let the monster rally 17%. For example, there. Let the drop come down and then buy it on a Fibonacci retracement. That's the better way to buy it on the third wave. Okay? The reason why it's better to buy it on the third wave is simply because of this. A third wave or a corrective wave doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you let the rally happen. It comes down. Okay, this one here is a big rally. The first wave up to the upside, that's a really big rally. Okay, it's going to happen. You can either catch a dip, in my opinion, or buy it on the breakout as it goes upwards. Because then this is going to either be 1, 2, and there's a 3 going upwards if it's the impulse rally, or it's going to be the A, B, and then another impulse rally to the top side. Either way, the C wave and also the third wave, they're treated equivalently when it comes to catching massive dips and playing the breakout. So in my opinion, I don't think it's wise to try to catch the bottom in any way. That's certainly not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be waiting very clearly for a possible break to the upside when there's a rally already. This is one of those like once in a year type of opportunities where it's reaching a really low trend line, right? Like for example here, Bitcoin rallied 40%. That's really big. The alts ended up rallying with it extremely high as well. So there's certainly opportunity for massive profit. The best advice I can give people is to just exercise massive caution, reduce your position size, be very quick on the trigger to stop yourself out. You need to make sure that you're mentally prepared and focused to take this upcoming trade coming up if it bounces, because it can really go against you when you're at a support region and a channel. It can go sideways a lot faster than you can react. And the last thing that you want is to be a deer caught in the headlights, where the market is moving so much to the downside and you're in a position that you don't know how to react to it, right? You just stare at it. You literally just stare at it. And I'm sure you've all been in that position before, because I know I've been in it many times in my past, where you're in a position, your bias is, for example, to go long. You're in a big position. You're not really focusing. You're not mentally that prepared for it. I didn't plan my exit as accordingly as I should have. I didn't do diligence. So then when the market moved against me and it went to the downside, what ended up happening was I was just a deer in the headlights, just looking at this massive drop. I remember Neo before, when I was in a short position, way back in the days, like 6 years ago, I was trying to short the fifth subwave of the fifth wave, which I learned now that you never do that. You never try to attempt the fifth subwave of a fifth wave, long or short. Those are my rules. But I tried to short the fifth subwave. Surely enough, I was wrong. The market, I was so sure it was going to happen. Surely enough, the market just went boom to the upside. And as it went to the upside, I was just a deer caught in the headlights, just staring at it rally, for some reason still believing that the market was going to turn and it was going to drop another wave. So you don't want to be caught in these types of positions where you're literally unprepared for what could happen next. If you're caught in these types of positions often, your bankroll, I assure you, is going to get entirely wiped out. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. So my best advice to people from a non-financial or advisory position is to let the breakout happen first. Once you let the breakout happen, like for example here, just as an example on the daily, right? If you're playing it on the high time frame, you're gonna see that daily rally 17%. You're gonna see it dip and retest the trend line. That would be a great place for an entry. Obviously, in hindsight, it is, or the breakout above a resistance. Do you see this? It's gonna form a resistance eventually. If that bounce, you don't accumulate anything. Here, I would probably buy about 30% of my position, 40, maybe even 50, and then I would look for a clearly identified resistance, and I would buy on the breakout of that resistance. This huge green candle there is not enough for me to buy, but the breakout is enough for me to buy, and then your RR becomes amazing, right? You end up targeting the peak of the next one. Let's just say there, the peak is right there, right? So you would target right around there of that high. And then all of a sudden you got yourself an amazing RR of literally 13 to 1, and you're going to ride that the next day or two. So you're going to take maybe a 1-2% loss there, and all of a sudden you have yourself a 7.6 RR. So that's the best way, in my opinion, to trade. Right now it's just incredibly risky. So let's just go to Cryptolume and see what kind of stuff that we have here that we can use towards our benefit. So in the courses here, what I'm about to go over is basically this one right here with you guys, the lesson number 20, chapter 4, like quickly finding trades, finding best setups, hunting for volatile coins, Cryptolume scanning. So definitely consider picking up my course version 2.0 package. People have said really good things about it. The people that are in the group, they're incredibly happy. I plan to be really active for the next 2 weeks because I'm going to be moving early May. So you guys are going to have me like 12 hours a day, full-time trading, finding the best possible trades in this Discord group here with you. The book will be mailed out to you, and you get a lifetime Discord membership, by the way. That's valued. That pays for itself for a year and a half, honestly. So you're basically paying for Discord for a year and a half, and then you're getting my book for free, the second edition textbook, mailed to you. It's a gorgeous book. And you're also getting my course version 2.0 for free as well. That's pretty much the promotion. So I hope that to see a lot of you pick that up. There's only 2 slots left, so make sure you DM me on Twitter and watch out for scammers especially. So in Cryptolume here, if we go to, for example, the 30-minute chart, what we're going to find is we're going to find a lot of these coins on the really low side, okay? They're on the low side in terms of RSI. So no coin, like every coin on the 30-minute chart is like under 30 right now. So there's no coin that's better than the other to focus on. But what we can do is sort it by 4 hours as well. And we'll see coins like Bake, ENJ, XEM, Waves. These guys are really low on the RSI. On the daily, you want to focus on something with really low RSI as well. And what we're seeing is that my top picks today will be Waves probably. Waves is definitely one of my top picked coins, right? We're starting to see it kind of light up green a little bit here in terms of buyers lighting that up. So I'm pretty happy with the way Waves is forming right now already. And I think there's certainly an opportunity to capitalize on the victory later today. Maybe not today, but in the next few days. Because the cool thing about Waves is this. Okay, this is why I'm focusing on Waves. I'm focusing on it because it made a 700% rally, and then it made a huge drop, 70% drop. So I like to focus on coins that have the most potential for a rally after a really big drop. Not only that, if I were to scalp Waves, what I'm seeing is that there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th wave that's actually already formed. So because there's a 5th wave that's already formed here for the day, there might be potential to actually long this 13%, 14% drop. So Waves, it shows up on a lot of radars. It pops up here on the R size being low. The buyers is starting to pick up here in the green range. I'm not saying to long it now, but I'm saying to definitely watch out for it because this could certainly yield a really good opportunity. So then we take a look at the volume. We see that a lot of coins are definitely picking up in volume. But the bad thing is there's sell volumes, okay? We have to acknowledge FTT, okay, picking up 2.95K in volume, 2,950%. We know that MTL had a huge rally from yesterday, so the volume is actually carrying over for today, okay? So volume's carrying over for today. In terms of movement wise, we know MTL did a huge amount and OGN, okay, for the falling down. Every coin is pretty much anywhere between 8% to 10% right now. So your pick is as good as mine right now. Everything is dependent on what Bitcoin does, okay? It doesn't matter what these alts are doing. All that matters is what Bitcoin does and how Bitcoin ends up reacting. If Bitcoin ends up reacting positively and we end up getting a bounce, great. Then a lot of these coins are also going to bounce with Bitcoin. It's just the nature of how Bitcoin behaves and how alts end up positively correlating to Bitcoin during these types of bounces. So right now it's time for us to just observe very carefully, see what Bitcoin's going to do for the rest of the day, and especially if we're going to have a bounce at these particular regions. Because if we do have a bounce, I can expect alts to really give us some positive profits today. So that's pretty much the only information I could give you guys today. I plan to be active for the next 2 weeks, really strong. So I hope to see a lot of you guys join the Discord group. There's a lot of members in there. We got 2 moderators that do a really good job of providing technical analysis on a daily basis. I'm incredibly active myself as well, starting from today on, because I think Bitcoin's going to yield an immense opportunity that I don't want to miss. So if you want more information on what everything is, you can check out philakone.com or just give me a DM and I'll be happy to give you one of the last 2 promotions that I have left for this month. And the next time that I do it will probably be May 1st. But that month, I'm only going to have 5 slots to come trade and learn with me. So I hope I see a lot of you there. Bye now. Take care. And thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys like it, well, make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up and a like. Bye now. And the only reason I'm asking that, by the way, is just how the algorithm works, right? Makes the videos better. It's more visibly seen as well. I personally don't care about the likes. But, if you guys give me a hand, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye now.